Seconds Out, Eamon Khan here. There must be a bounty in London, Wembley, because we're here with the one and only Michael, the bounty hunter. Michael, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be in London, and I'm getting ready to enjoy this show as a fan, and I'm in here.
Hey, I just got to witness a very interesting conversation between you and Moses Atalma there. He looks a very good prospect in the UK. How far can he go?
Man, well, obviously he's a baby, and he already has so much talent and so much, potential and hype right now. So I just told him from experience to, capture that. Don't let it slide. Don't feel like you could take your time on it and capitalize on it. So.
For you, transitioning back over from the amateurs to the pros, what was the one thing that you thought found the most difficult aspect to bring over from the amateur games to the pros? What was the most difficult transition?
That's a good question. I think everything kind of goes naturally. I think the pace. I think the pace is a little different. I think that's what most people have a problem with is. Learning how to stretch that energy, all that energy that he has as a young, strong kid, and put it into 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's only fighting 4-round fights. So, like I said, it's kind of a gradual thing. So, with somebody with that much potential, it should, and if he has a good team, then it should be a smooth transition.
Michael, what's the latest with you? You're out in March, I believe it is, but no opponent just yet. What's the latest?
Yeah, no opponent, but I have a few people, in the running right now. So I'm just waiting for them to put that name up.
I believe the whispers were that you and Joe Parker were going to mix it up at some point. Is Joe Parker on the list of names that you're targeting?
Yes. Joe Parker is definitely one of the guys. He's agreed to fight me, and I think that's going to be a good fight and a good showcase.
Why is it so difficult for you to get a fight, Michael? I always see you almost have to take to Twitter to campaign to get these people in the ring with you. Why is it so difficult?
Yeah, I don't know. They say I'm the boogeyman. When I'm really the smallest guy in the division, but I think this is just because of my accolades and my history. I've come from a family of boxing. And I just think that, I'm known inside of the circle, and nobody wants to, I'm a hard person to deal with.
How do you feel you and Joe would square up then in the ring?
I think Joe's a very strong dude. He's a little bit bigger than me. He has a little bit of experience that I don't have as far as having these giant fights and being in those, under those circumstances. So I think that he would obviously well good, but right now he's kind of been not doing his best. But you could tell he still has a little bit of that passion back, back in it, and he wants to continue to win, and continue to fight. So a fighter like that is always dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So you never know where his heart's at, and when somebody has that experience and they know they can do it, then the windows are open.
Michael, let's get your eye on the main event there, but better be with someone that you know very well. Just hearing that conversation, you fought him in the amateurs. Just tell me, what was it like being in the ring with him?
He's a very experienced guy. I always try to explain that even though that he's not a fancy foot boxer, he knows how to time those type of boxers very well. It takes him maybe just a little bit to get his rhythm and to get your timing, and he's good at exposing those type of fighters. So, and that's a rare thing to have. So that's one thing that's very important attribute that Better BF has.
Is it just a puncher's chance for Yard? Better BF's 38. He's got to become old in the ring at some point, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's the better. I think he's the more kind of the fluid boxer. He has all the talent in the world to pull this off. So I think he has more than a puncher's chance. I think he has a lot of tools. I think he has more tools actually than Better BF does. I just think that he needs to be able to pick one or a couple of them and stick with it, and don't deviate and don't make it too difficult. Make it very simple, and he could get the job done.
Two final things from me, Michael. I want to get your take on Anthony Joshua's linked up with Derek James. It now seems like he's going to be taking on Jermaine Franklin. Good matchup, do you think it is? And a good link-up, do you think it is with Derek James and Anthony Joshua?
I think Derek James, I respect Derek James. He's a very fundamental coach. He has which is a good thing, you know, very basic. Very basic. I wouldn't say super fundamental, but very basic, simple. And I think that's what Anthony Joshua needs. I think he's kind of gotten away from himself a little bit. And I think if, he brings back something very simple, which I think that's a very good fit for him.
Dylan White's looking for a fight. You're here.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. But I'm here.
Fury versus Usyk. You're taking that one.
I think Usyk is going to give him the fits. I think that the issue that he's going to have is hitting Tyson Fury hard, you know, getting that respect in those early rounds, and not as far as the judges' eyes. I think that he would have to, you know, put some type of dominance, or he's going to have to be okay with losing those first couple rounds because of Tyson Fury's stature in the ring. But I think that Usyk is he's very adaptable. He's won the Olympics, and he's been in, a lot of tough scenarios and pulled his way out of it. So I think that this one would be no different, and he would find a way to get a W.
You don't think those fits are enough to maybe bother Fury and get the win?
No, I think that when it comes down to the detail, when we're talking about inches, I think that Usyk is going to play a little closer. I think, when you're heavyweight, yes, Tyson Fury has a lot of attributes and has a lot of different things that he could do. But those are to other big heavyweights. He's not fighting another heavyweight. He's fighting a very technical boxer that, likes to play with inches too. So,
Francis Ngannou wants to cross over into boxing. He wants to fight Tyson Fury. He wants big fights. You're a big guy.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I would love that fight. If it came to boxing, absolutely. I'm not going to let him grab me, though. But, boxing, anybody could get it. I feel like I'm the best in the world.
Does he have anything, when you watch him in the MMA ring, it seems like in the early rounds he's very sharp, he's very fast, he's got a lot of power. Do you think he can transition to boxing successfully?
They would have to do something like something like a Jake Paul, where they really have a team and they watch him and they guide him, and it has to be something that he wants to do. I think anybody can really do something that they put their mind to, and if they have enough time and enough support, then I think that he could become whatever he want to become. So that would be my answer.
Michael, leave the final word with you. What's the bounty 2023?
We're looking for all the Joes. So there you go.
Is that Joe Joyce?
All the Joes right there. Joe Joyce, Joseph Parker. If you know any other Joes.
You just opened that up for me. There's Joe Goodall, who's in Las Vegas with Kevin Barry. But Joe Joyce, Zhilei Zhang, good fight there?
Yeah, I think that's a decent fight. I think, Zhang's a big puncher because he's a big boy. But I think, his age, and we know that, even though Joe Joyce is close in age to him, but we know that Joe Joyce's engine is a lot different. So I think that's what's going to be the playing factor in this fight is the engines.
Michael versus all the Joes. I'm looking forward to that, Michael. Appreciate you speaking to Seconds Out. Look forward to seeing you back in the ring.